everyone. It's Silverback with Gorillas Trading. That's my handle that I go by. I also go by Silverback Gorillas on StockTwits.com. So if you don't know what StockTwits, it's just like a social platform for trading stocks. There's a lot of trolls on there. I got my first troll, which I'm super proud of. But it did bring something to mind, and the reason I wanted to create this video. So I posted my P&L from the day. I'm up like 2,300 or something like that at the end of the morning. And I'm not going to do daily posts like I was on my P&L. Figured that was going to be kind of lame after a while. So I actually want to talk more to like more richer content, I guess. So the reason I'm bringing all this up for this video is that this person commented. Obviously, you can see it says straight gambling. Wow, haha. So a lot of times when I talk to people about trading, they actually do think that it's gambling, which I don't know if he seems to be a professional trader. I looked at his profile, and he seems to be doing sort of more complex options strategy trades. So kudos to him if he's successful at it. But if he's new and he actually thinks it is gambling, that's a different story. So if you do think trading is gambling, you just have to understand that it's not. Gambling has certain probabilities based on mathematics. For instance, like 21 or blackjack, based on your hand and the card count and etc. You have certain probability. So I think it's like 54% win rate. In trading, actually, your probable trades and probability for success is different if you can read the charts. So you can take certain setups and patterns, as you can see, and it allows you to sort of predict based on mathematics like Fibonacci, support and resistance levels, moving averages, other tools like volume, moving averages, RSI, the TTM squeeze. These are all tools and indicators that I use to trade. So it's not gambling in that sense, but you do have to understand that there's risk management to trading. So I think that's what separates the 10% that can actually make trading their everyday job. So yeah, like 90% of people that attempt to trade on their own fail. So this is sort of why I offer this service, because I was a failure at first, and now I'm successful, and I want to help other people and sort of have a proven strategy that is working, and I'm trying to prove it not only on myself, obviously every day that I trade, but to anybody that sort of joins the chat, and I attempt to like educate on trading and not just like actioning the trade and just throwing your money at the whim, because you don't want to do that. Obviously, you want to have your calculated risk and calculated reward as a result for that risk, right? Like any business. So I would never go out and start just buying cars with the idea of I'm going to be able to sell them and have no idea what I would be able to sell them for in the future. Like same thing when I buy an options contract, I want to make sure that when I enter it, I'm buying it at a certain price, and I know at what price I'm going to sell it at, even if the trade goes against me and I'm willing to take a loss. So we can actually kind of see that today, where my first trade was Zoom overnight. So I took a short position that netted me 3,100, a little bit shy of my expectation, but it's a strong stock, so it actually kind of just came down to support eventually. So I ended up winning on that one. And then I took another trade on Tesla, and that was a breakout trade. We can go through that. So this is a breakout of this level here. So I went long with the 550 calls right there. I bought them for 18. My exit was 23, and it eventually hit that. I ended up selling it for 22. So that was a sweet trade on those calls. You can see that price there was 20 at the time I took the screenshot, but it was obviously much higher than that when I sold, because we got a little volatility spike into the contract. And then I took a trade on Boeing. It's just been hammered lately. I thought we were going to get a little bit more push. So it fought its way back up yesterday, and then it broke out over that high. This is the daily candle. Broke out over that high. I thought I had room up to 575, 570, especially on the hour. So you can kind of see it sort of ramp up here, and then its next resistance point was around 570. So I thought it was going to break out over 560, 558, 158 to 160, and kind of cruise up to 170 and reject that area. So I took a long position. It actually stalled out right here. And from the time there, my contract sort of decayed and faded, and my stop got hit. And so I exited the trade with a $3,500 loss. So I had some size on that because I figured I could. My win was going to be about a 80% win if it did hit 570 and had that push. So I took a little bit bigger size, but my stop was relatively tight. So I got out. These two netted each other out basically, and I walked away with $2,400 for the day. So all in all, the market I think is going a little sideways. You saw like a lot of selling now, and this is live. So it's rejecting the 20-day moving average, coming back down into its 9 as support. It's sort of probably going to create like a wedge here, I would imagine, as we sort of move sideways in this range. And then one of these is going to win, so it'll go up or down. I don't know, sometime in the future here. You can see that the momentum is sort of still shifting back to a neutral position here. So we want to see some consolidation and sort of like this area like that come along here eventually, and then we'll get a break to the upside or a downside depending on whatever news is driving that catalyst for that day. So on the break. So there's the bull camp and the bear camp, and we'll see who's going to win. Yeah, and that's sort of what I'm looking at. So I just wanted to kind of debunk that idea that trading is straight gambling. I took probable trades, probable with proper risk management, and yeah, to make $2,300 in a couple hours is pretty good. I've obviously had way bigger days, and I'm glad it's not red. So that's nice. Yeah, if you want to check out StockTwits, I highly recommend it if you're trying to learn things about stocks in general and how things flow. They got a nice ticker up here that sort of lets you see what's moving. Like this stock did 340% today. That's pretty wild. SGBX. Oh, it's just straight shot up, looks like. Yeah, huge bull flag. So you can see that some traders stepped in after we got this pullback here, down to the 50% level, about maybe a little less, and then whoop, squeezed, huge. Could go. That's about an exit spot I would take right there on that extension. And then it could even push higher. So, wow. So, yeah, this is a good place to find out what's moving, what's trending. You can create a little watch list there. The problem is trolls. But I'm kind of glad he wrote back because it's a good topic. All right. That's it for me. Again, the offer on Gorillas Trading is 2 weeks free. Basically, you can join. I can teach you, bring you up to speed, whatever questions you have, even before you even subscribe or anything like that. Just shoot me an email and we can chit chat. But basically, yeah, I get you into the channel, into the Slack channel, and you can kind of take a look at the trades that I'm taking, and you can choose to take them or not. You can even follow along. I recommend newbies and even people that are just joining with me just to paper trade it and to see its performance sort of stack over time. And then you can choose to go live if you like, but I'm giving people just a little peek of what it is, risk-free. So let me know. All right, that's it for me. Cheers.